So, I just got a package from Out of Darts. And you guys know what that means, right? Boom. Oh yeah. Let's take it out. And let's see what I got. We got the Out of Darts label stickers. Some info. And these do not come cheap. Check it out, guys. 40 Sing dollars plus shipping. And what did I get? Thanks for supporting Out of Darts shop and YouTube channel. And I just got, I know what you guys are expecting. It's not really, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not really what you are expecting, but I got the Valkyrie motors, if you can see. I don't know if you can see that. It looks really sweet. Yeah? Pretty oily too. Out of Darts. And I got 2 sets of it. Valkyrie motors. Okay, this is gonna be another one of them Strife mod guides, but here we're gonna be doing a commission and of course prove to you that if I can do it, the average Singaporean dad, you can do it. Anyone can do it. Oh yeah, brand new, spanking new Strife. Still got that brand new plastic kind of smell that I like. Don't know about you, but yeah, shiny as Nazi. So first things first, remove all them screws, and of course, if you have one of these magnetic plates, it's gonna be much easier. You don't lose your screws, but otherwise, it doesn't matter. Okay, the most overdone mod guide again, and just remember these 2 screw ports. The 2 screws up here are shorter than the rest of the screws, and of course, right now we can just butterfly it and open it up. And this is how the internals of a brand new Strife looks like, yeah? Set that aside, the shell, jam door, removable. So what we want to do is, basically, what you want to do is take lots and lots and lots of pictures when you open your Strife out. And right now we're going to be removing all the internals and basically cutting and gutting all of these wires. We're gonna do a full pre-wire and removing the thermistor here, removing this and all the locks and whatsoever. So this is what it's gonna look at, like all gutted. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look after all the screws are taken out. What you can do is get a little bin down here and put all the necessary parts inside the bin that's not supposed to be painted. Okay, I'm gonna put this, the retention pin of the jam door. Take this out. Sling attachment points. Important, do not lose these. Of course, the most important component, the motor cage and motors. Let's just pull it all out. Remove this piece. It's gonna be painted anyway, this part. Yep, it's pretty tricky doing it one-handed. This part I will paint. Just gonna be putting it together. This piece and the bin. Now this piece, again, that's the motor, and not to worry, you can just snippity snip everything. Got some blunt wire cutters. We'll deal with this later, because right now what we're gonna do is just gut everything and basically we're gonna go do some sanding and painting. Of course, if you're not gonna do sanding and painting, you can totally skip some of these steps. Of course, we are gonna need the screws and the spring. This is of course for magazine release catch, and all these pieces, remember how they go together. We are going to need all these springs, very important. Of course, the pusher, dart pusher, we are gonna replace, but we still need the spring, very important. Trigger, important. All these locks, you can save the pieces, but these guys basically, we are gonna say goodbye to all these locks, so you can just rip it out like that, right? Oh, I forgot, we're gonna rip out this also. This thermistor is not needed, so what we can just do first is just snip everything. Okay, snip it all out, say goodbye to the wiring. We're gonna remove this. Okay. Springs are important. Do not lose any springs. All these switches, we are gonna replace the switch. This is important. Do not lose this, and the spring especially. Also. Okay, that guy's gonna be painted, so not a problem. This one people always lose, so careful when removing this. In you go, and from there I'm just gonna remove this. Oh, I keep going off camera. Get this guy, and you can just cut it. Just like that. So you can throw it away. So after all that gutting, this is how it's gonna look. Now the commissioner says is running in this on IMR, so we're not gonna remove this or do anything to the battery compartment here. Okay, so this is how a gutted strife would look like. And what we're gonna do now is sand all these logos except the one on the handles, and the grips. I mean, these are not gonna be sanded, but everything else, you know, warning labels, the Nerf is gonna be removed. And of course, you can just forward this video if you're not gonna do any painting. But if you're gonna do painting, then now's the time to sand and paint. Okay, so we have sanded it to as smooth as I want it to be, and also put it under the shower and dried it off real good. And when you want to sand it, to remove all the Nerf logos and all the warning symbols, even the strife name, you're gonna use at least 3 grades of sandpaper. This is about 60 grit, followed by 320, 60, 320, and of course 600. So that will already give you the smoothness that you want before you prime and paint. But as I was going through the blaster, I thought, and I was going through my rubbish and stuff, and I found hey, an unused piece of little voltmeter here. So the commissioner is gonna benefit, and I'm gonna throw this in to the commission also. And I found an old piece of switch. So what we're gonna do now, of course, this is totally unnecessary, and after stripping, prime and paint, and then reassembly. So of course, skip this part if you don't plan to do this. But if you do plan to put a voltmeter, then this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it out and put it right here so you can see it. And I'm gonna probably drill out a hole and put the switch right over here on this side. we'll figure out the wiring later as we go along. And of course, to cut this, you are going to need a rotary tool, a router, Dremel, okay, with a cutting bit right there. And that's what we're gonna do. So after all that, you're gonna have to prime it. Prime the blaster before painting, and I love Krylon. This is really good stuff. This one is Krylon Dual. Of course, it's paint and primer. Of course, you can just get away with the primer, but this was what I had lying around. Krylon is one of the best for plastics, and it's what I use anyway. So as you can see, give it at least about 2 coats of light priming, and before we do our actual painting, 24 hours at least. And here it is, our very first commission, Mutagen X, where full rewiring, all the mobs removed, and simple paint job. TBC logo. Mutagen X is the name of this blaster because of the green ooze-like nature. Yeah, it's running on IMRs and Valkyries. It's got an extended pusher. That's about it. Simple mod. Yeah, and then mag release, and also the thumb screw there. Makes it complete. And this is essentially the souped up version. Okay, so Commissioner is gonna be running it on PMAG, so that's why it's pictured here with the PMAG. I basically threw this in barrel attachment for him, and also the stock comes from the Retaliator, and the scope comes from the Commissioner, and I just painted it, I guess, to match the rest of the blaster. And here it is from the other side. So there it is, our very first commission. Of course, the TBC logo is optional, and do whatever you want. So we are taking in commissions. Do contact us if you have something in mind that we're willing to take up. And of course, no demo of the sound of the Valkyries. It is pretty loud. Okay. And here it is, the finished product. It does look like the blueberry lime lollipop, right? So the reason why the colors are funky is the Commissioner initially wanted seafoam kind of aquamarine feel with this choice of blue and green. And later on, after I had actually purchased these colors, he came up to me and said, you know, it's December, why don't you make it a candy cane kind of design, you know? And I said, dude, I bought the colors already. And he said, okay, just, I don't know, integrate a candy cane design? And this is what I came up with after I kind of saw this. Check it out, it does look like a candy cane lollipop kind of color. right? And of course, I found an extra switch and a voltmeter, and I decided to throw it in for this particular build. So this one has a button attached right here, a switch, attached to the voltmeter, extended mag release, of course the thumb screw, battery door. It also runs on IMRs, and plug, of course, full rewiring, all locks removed, extended pusher inside. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, also running on Valkyries, and of course Valkyries sound really, really loud. Yep. And if I, of course, pick it up, press the switch right here, what that does is tells you the voltage, the voltmeter. Yeah, of course, it totally works. So this commissioner gets a voltmeter with this build, and yeah. And this is the souped up version. Again, I'm throwing in this barrel attachment and also this scope that I have somewhere around, and the buttstock comes from the commissioner. I just repainted it. So this is Sublime on a PMAG, and TBC's Essential second outdoor commission down. So this one on a gloss finish, clear coat.